Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. And this is about my old mate Jimmy Tippett. And I remember we got a thing from Eddie Richardson, I think it was. I'm not quite sure. That we had to go get some people out at Hammersmith out of this big house. There was doing a big bit of work there, but there was people squatting there. Anyway, I got hold of Jimmy and I sort of said, oh, well, I know where the road is. And I went down there and there's big houses, 4 or 5 story houses, yeah. Really old ones, Georgian ones, yeah. And went in there and there was about, what, I don't know, 7, 8 big black guys, mate. They was massive, you know what I mean? They ain't getting out, man. We ain't going nowhere, you know what I mean? It was just me and Jimmy. Jimmy says, do us a favour, get your gear, I mean, you've got to get out, yeah. And they went, no, there's all abuse sort of language coming out, what I can't put on YouTube. But plenty of language. And Jimmy went, listen, mate, do us a favour, get all your gear and get out of this house, yeah? Because you won't know the consequences of it after, yeah? So they went, yeah, man, blood, all that shit and all that crap, and we ain't going nowhere, you come back here, you're going to get rid of it, yeah? So he got on the phone to a few people that Jimmy knows, and one of them was Cliff Fields. I mean, I was a bad enforcer myself, you know what I mean? And Cliff, man, it was proper. Goal of Cliff, we went in there 6-handed. Listen, mate, let me tell you something. Cliff was bowling them over like 10 pins, right? Like 10 pins. They was like, didn't know what day it was. They was just like, they had bits of wood and this, that, and the other, and knives and that, and just walked through them. Chucked these guys out of the house, you know, locked the house up, locked it all up, went back to Lewisham with Cliff and a few pals. And I mean, one of them was Terry Coombs. Terry Coombs is funny, mate. I mean, Terry Coombs, you know, was a real hard man. Terry Coombs. He had all the boxing shows, a lot of boxing shows with Eddie Richardson, and you know, I liked him. Terry, and he was a character, you know what I mean. And he was banging them over and knocking them out. I mean, there was people getting knocked over, and it was getting up again, getting knocked out again, getting knocked over, and it was just dragging them down the stairs and throwing them out, locking the door up. Didn't give a monkeys. They never went back there, mate. They never went back there. We never got no phone calls from anybody. It's just left like that. And I mean, and then Eddie Richardson, mate, he's happy. He's happy with what we did. And then me and Jimmy and Cliff went over this place over at what was it called? What was the name of the road? Anyway, it was in Blackheath, over in Blackheath. And this guy owed a lot of money, yeah, a lot of money. I think it was what, 80 grand, 90 grand. It was a lot of money, you know what I mean? And the guy had to pay X amount. And when we went to the car front, the guy was like in a bad way, like crying. You know, look, I can't pay the money. I haven't got the money, but round me up and pay you in bits and pieces. So Jimmy said, what sort of money can you pay? So I said, look, I'll give you 5 grand. Jimmy said, listen, mate, you've had this money nearly over 2 years now. Yeah, 5 grand is a liberty. You know what I mean? You've got cars out there, you know, 10, 12, 15, 20 grand cars. You know, we're going to have to take a couple of cars, mate. No, you can't take, please don't. It's like really crying, you know. So I said, look, what we're going to do, right, leave it at that. We're going to come back later, right, and sort something out here. This guy got out of his pram. He's got a couple of big guys come down, right. So me and Jimmy went in there, and these guys were getting all leery, this, that, and the other. He said, okay, no problem. So I said, come on, Jim, let's go for it, man. Let's just go for it. Let's just get these people out of this car front, bash them up, mate. Bash them up, just bash them up, and we take the car front over. It's as easy as that, Jim. Come on, mate. He went, no, you can't do that, mate. It's not as easy as that. We get ourselves nicked, mate. You know, we can't start taking over car fronts and all that way, and take all their property. We can take their property, but we've got to do it in a nice way, yeah? So I got Cliff Fields again. Me and Cliff, Jimmy said, listen, you and Cliff sort it out, yeah? So we went over there, right? Jimmy sitting in the car, set me and Cliff Fields in there, yeah? Cliff Fields and me bowled these geezers over like as easy as anything, yeah? As easy as anything. These are big guys. They thought they were big time Charlie potatoes. And me and Cliff just sorted it out. come out and I said, come on, Jim, come inside. The geezer, the car front guy, I'm telling you, I ain't saying his name, but he pooed himself so much so, right? So much so, he gave Jimmy a big Mercs, yeah? The Mercs about 19 grand. Give him the paperwork, everything with it. He said, listen, he said, I promise you from today, I'll start paying my debt off. So he said, listen, do yourself a favour, we don't want the car. We don't want a 19 grand car and logbooks and things like that. We want the money. We ain't selling something to get our money back yet. We want our cash. Sort yourself out. We're going to come back tomorrow. We want a big lump of money. Went back tomorrow, got 24 grand. 24 grand. 4 grand was ours. And I was happy with that, you know what I mean? So Cliff Fields was happy. And we was doing things nearly, every other day, me and Cliff, Jimmy. Cliff not so much. Cliff Cliff was with us, but not so much as I was with Jimmy all the time. You know, we was just going out doing bits and pieces. And sometimes he used to talk about young Jimmy. I've never met him. He was only very, very young when I was over there. I don't think he was only about 1, 2, 3, something like that. But he was a little fucker. Well, sorry, but he was a little so-and-so, you know. And Jimmy told me that a few little stories about him, what he was like as a kid, you know. And and now young Jimmy's, you know, I love to do a podcast with Jim, get hold of young Jimmy Tippett, and do a podcast with him. So I get back to the old man, so I remember the old man and how he was, you know. The old man was a proper person, mate. Believe me, proper hard man. This guy, the name, you know, sometimes just his name would do it, yeah. I mean, there's my name as well. I mean, as it happened, my name was Bang Bang then, you know, because Brian Cox gave me that name, Bang Bang Rail, and it's always stuck with me, Bang Bang, because when I was hitting them left or right, and I was knocking them over, you know, and he gave me it, you know, and I mean, I used to like Paul Moriarty, who played Razors and all that, and he's a nice fella, Paul. Paul's a very, very hard man. I mean, them two brothers, Davey and Johnny Old. I mean, they was all cab drivers. Dave and Johnny Old, twins. Could have a right fight, mate. Could have a right fight. Dave and Johnny Old. Gypsy Tom, he could have a right fight, Jim. Gypsy Tom, mate, you want him on your back all the time. He was proper hard man, Gypsy Tom, mate. He had a place in Elephant Castle, a scrapyard, I believe it was, and he didn't muck about with that geezer, mate. He didn't kill the fish. I mean, I was young, you know. I was young, so I was prize fighting and illegal fights, and they was a lot older than me, and you know, but they sort of like you, because you're with them, you're learning a lot, you know. I used to learn a lot. I learned a lot from these people, a big lot, you know what I mean, unbelievable. And then all of a sudden, what happens? You know, I meet when I met what's he called it? The other gypsy. Do you know what? I'm going a bit but definitely punching. Johnny Critterson, and he was in Lingfield, and when I met Johnny Critterson, I mean, he was like, whoa, boy, again. He was a nice fellow, John, but he was, I couldn't understand it, had a big house, you know what I mean, big house, worth, I don't know, what, 3 mil, and a big bit of ground and all that, and a big ground stadium, which I told you before, you know, but I can't make him out, you know what I mean, I can't make any people out, they've got them big houses, and they have to go in the garden and go to the toilet. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there one day, you know, he was very good at like psychology sort of thing, you know, and getting into your nut, you know what I mean? And he used to get into my nut, John, and he gave me this ornament one day, this jade ornament that they said they took out of some museum or something like that. And he went me to go down to see someone in Devon. So I went down with a pal of mine, Gary Francis, to Devon to pick up some bits and pieces. He wanted it sold, give it to the guy. The guy went, it's fucking hell. It's like worth a lot of money, you know what I mean? So it was on the Evening Standard and all this, that and the other. So I went, yeah, whatever. Johnny Crichton wants X amount for it. He said, tell Johnny Crichton I'll give him something in lieu of it, you know what I mean? So I was phoning up Johnny Crichton. I said, look, the guy wants it, but he wants to give you something in lieu of it, yeah? Rather than cash. So Johnny Crichton said, no, same thing. We don't want, it's got to be cash, yeah? So I said to the guy, it's got to be cash. So the guy took it anyway. So we went back, and Johnny Crichton knows him. It was all sweet, yeah? And I went back there and got our money and coming back. And then because me and Gary Francis done what we had to do, it gave me and Gary a little bit of work to go and see some people. These people, these travelling people at that time, where this was, really got out of hand, really got a bit flash. I mean, it was like lock, stop and two smoke your barrels when you walk into a traveller site, and you've got the ones, oh jeez, you know, Irish travellers, and you got one there who's the fighter, the one like is knocking everybody, oh jeez, all that, you know what I mean, and then he was saying, he says, oh, you're bang hill, you're bang round hill, who's that? Is it? You want to fight me? So I'm going, no, I don't want to fight, yeah. I went, oh Jesus, I fight you for nothing. Come on, let's mean you have a fight. I fight you for nothing. I said, no. Leave me out. He's going to a big caravan site, you know what I mean? We've got to go and see some people about the money, and it happens he was one of them, yeah. I went, no way. So me and Gary, if I was at Gary, come we just get out of here, mate, because this is aggro. We're going to get killed. And this guy, I couldn't understand him, you know what I mean? So I went back to the gym. I said, listen, this geezer, mate, wants to fight, yeah? So Jimmy went, I can arrange that, you know? I went, Jim. Gary Francis made me like, he went, no, so all you've got to do with these people, mate, just stab. Gary says, no, it's a fruitcake. He said, all you've got to do with these people is just stab them up, mate. You can't fight them, you've got to stab them or shoot them, mate. You ain't going to win. I went, listen, Jim, arrange it, yeah? Arrange it that I fight him. And we had a fight in, where was it now? It wasn't at Cat's Whisper Street. It wasn't, anyway, I don't know, it was Harvey's Social Club, not quite sure. It wasn't at Harvey, because it wouldn't have been big enough to hold all the people. It's a big place, yeah? I think it was in Deptford somewhere. A big place. I think it was I'm not quite sure if it was a field. It was a field with a big tent. Anyway, to cut a long story short, so this travelling fella, right, it's just me and him, we're going to fight, you know what I mean, just me and him. And got there, put bandages around me hand, and all that, and this guy come out, you know what I mean. This guy weighed about, what, 13 stone? I was about 90 stone. I thought it was, you know, I just don't know where they go, you know what I mean. Listen, this guy, I'm not joking, this guy smashed me to pieces, you know what I mean. I couldn't get nowhere near him, you know what I mean. If I hit him, mate, I mean, I've hit him a few times, and it bowled him over, and he could see his face, it was hurt, you know. But this guy smashed me to pieces. I mean, I had soldier 42 prize fights. I won 38, lost 2 jiu-jitsu. So it was one of the ones that I lost, and he bashed me up. You know, he bashed me up. He smashed my face up really bad. He didn't knock me over. But he bashed me up, yeah. And he beat me. I had to retire. I had to retire thinking about the 8th round, 9th round. He really bashed me up, yeah. He bashed me up, and I'm proud of this guy. Josler, anyway, I can't, you know, and he's like, he really done the business. I wish he was watching my podcast. I shouldn't think he'd be able to I shouldn't think he knows how to do it at a phone. But he could fight, mate. This guy was trim as anything, muscular guy, yeah. Muscular guy, similar to lock, stock, two stroke barrels of travellers in there, really. He had a trawby hat, you know. He'd take the hat off. He was smoking fags. This guy was fit. He was always fit, running on. When I went there, he was on the bag. He was a proper man, mate, this geezer. And the old man's up to him. He bashed me up. he bashed me up something terrible. He smashed my face to pieces. He hurt all my ribs, and I was, and whoever this guy is or was, proper. I mean, this Barty Coleman, is it Barty? I mean, that traveller, I've been told that he can have a right fight, yeah. But this guy, if he's related to him, I don't know. I'll have to try and find out his name, through young Jimmy Tippett. He might know his name, yeah. But this guy bashed me right up, and the other guy that bashed me up was a geezer called Dave Strong. I think I might have told you about Dave Strong. I thought Dave Strong in another place. I'm terrible for names. Really sorry, but he had the gold medalist in his corner, Daley Thompson, and this guy Dave Strong. Another one smashed me to pieces. Mind you, I got to make a little excuse for myself. I was on this thing called Bombers, black Bombers, and I took one of those, and it's like speed, and it mapped me up. But this guy bashed me up too. He smashed all my face up. I mean, this guy really bashed me up. I mean, so much so there was blood coming out of my ears, coming out of my eyes. Well, inside my eyes, I was internally smashed up. This could be why I forget things, you know what I mean? But internally, I was smashed up bad, yeah. And when I went downstairs to the dressing room, something happened. I was like coming out of this, whatever I was taking, coming out of it, this bomb thing. And this guy said, "Sorry, mate, I didn't win it." Mate, I tell you what, mate, I wanted to kill this guy, you know what I mean? I swear to God, I wanted to kill him. It was a different kettle of fish. I went into him, I said, and he went, he apologised and everything, you know what I mean? I was in the right bad way, fucking smashed me to pieces, but I wanted to really, really street fighting bad, you know what I mean? I know prize fighting similar, but I really wanted to do him, you know what I mean? But he apologised. But Daley Thompson was in his corner. It was good to see Daley Thompson. Daley Thompson's a good fighter, you know. Daley Thompson was a good fighter. He wasn't no mug, mate. You know, the Kathleen gold medalist. He proper fighter, could have a proper fight, Daley Thompson. So you never don't underestimate people. That's what they're saying it. But this geezer bashed me up bad. I've only been bashed up really twice, like in that. I've been obviously doing illegal fights and all that. I've been bashed up a few times, but I've always won my fights, yeah. But believe it or not, being a big man and getting big punches, smash your face out a little bit, and it doesn't do your brains no good. It definitely doesn't do your brains any good. You can see it by me. Yeah, sometimes I get a bit confused with things and names and this places, but I suppose it's expected. You know what I mean? But anyway, me and Jimmy Tippett, we was working really good. Cliff Fields working good, getting plenty of money. Yeah. I felt sorry for Cliff in a way. Later on, I've been told that he got on the drink really bad. I don't know why, mate. I don't know why he did that. You know what I mean? But he got on a drink really bad. He was sitting in the park drinking cans and cans of Fosters and whatever he was drinking, yeah, and pills and all those sorts of drinks. And he had a fight with some travellers. I was told the travellers done him with a glass or just cut him up bad. He bashed I think it was about 8 of them, 9 of them steamed into him. I believe Cliff gave him a bit of grief, and then they steamed into Cliff. But I should imagine Cliff hurt a few of them, yeah. But I think they killed him in a way, like not killed him outright there and then. But I suppose when you've been a fighter all your life, and you've been fighting, and someone comes across and starts stabbing you with glasses and things like that, and maybe something comes out of you, that bit of something comes out of you, and that bit of life comes out of you, you think, oh, that's it now. They stabbed him in the eye, I think they blinded him, not quite sure. When I heard about it, Cliff Fields, man. Do you know what I mean? It happens to quite a lot of them. Quite a lot of these fighters, they just got a pot. They got a pot. I mean, heart attacks, this, that. I mean, I'm always thinking about the same thing. I'm always thinking about the same thing, but do you know what I mean? But what happens? It is what it is, yeah. And when you're down at Beckett and all the pro gyms and all that, you're training down there and you're meeting nice people, and you think to yourself, at that time, I was proper hard man, mate. Bang, bang. Proper hard man. I wasn't afraid of no one, you know what I mean? I mean, lots of people use me as as, as what I was for, an enforcer and a very, very hard man, yeah? I've got lots of stories about people that I was with. One day it's going to come out, it'll come out. I mean, I'm writing a book. There's proper things being said in the book that obviously I can't be saying now as it spoils the book, So people, when my book comes out, it's going to be the business's book. Believe me, no one's going to beat this book. This book is different class, mate. Different class. So many stories I've got from a kid up to being whatever, is the business, yeah. But anyway, then I moved from Lewisham, but I was still doing what I was doing, my enforcer work and getting money and working in clubs and all that, But it seems to be that when you work on the doors of clubs, you're always getting people come up and ask you, do you want to do me a favour? Someone owes me some money, or someone's bashed my daughter up, or someone's bashed my son up. Can you sort it out? I'll give you $5 grand, $4 grand, $2 grand, or whatever I'll give you. If you sort these people out, you're getting that 24/7. You're always getting that. You're always going in a car, 4, 5, 3, 4-handed, going to sort things out. You know what I mean? And it was just one of the things you do. And you put yourself on offer 24/7. Really. But you're going there, you're putting it on people. You're saying to people, listen, do yourself a favour. You owe the X amount of money, pay it. A lot of these are builder companies that don't want to pay no money. You take them, but you go and see them, you talk to them, and 9 times out of 10, they want to pay you bits and pieces, but you always get the one that wants to be leery. He knows people. Yeah, don't worry about that, mate. I know so and so. Come down here, and you've got to go down there, and you've got to have a fight. That's when you get Cliff involved. When I was around them areas. But anyway, listen, this is Bang Bang Radio. Please like and subscribe. I've got I will keep going on the stories that I'd like to tell you, but it ruined the book, yeah? All right, take care, yeah? Bye-bye.